In this video, we're going to have a look at the main page here. Now, the main page provides performance controls, enabling you to tweak and play presets. It also encourages you to explore the range of Playbox's library in an intuitive and playful way. So let's have a look at the main elements and controls located on the main page here. First of all, we have the XY pad, and this allows you to control parameters on 2 dimensions. So you could have one or more parameters located on this basic XY pad, so you can move and control parameters simultaneously. You can see the choral and shaper macros changing here. You can see that at work there. Now we're going to go through how to actually map parameters onto the XY pad a little bit later when we have a look at macros and performance controls. Now we can use this chord display here to basically visualize a representation using these cubes of the samples in the last played chord. So you can see that as we play chords, the visualization changes, which is very cool, very nice design. Now, once again, we're going to come back and look at this in more detail when we have a look at sample categories and visualization. Now, located within here, we have the ability to randomize sets. That is going to select chord, sample, and effect sets at random, which is going to create new sounds by kind of creating different combinations from the library within Playbox. Now we can exclude any of these sets from being randomized by clicking on the lock. So let's say we just wanted to randomize the chords. Click on the cube now. And you see it's randomizing the chords. Let's say we wanted to randomize the samples as well. And then we could choose to randomize the effects. So you can hear each one of those sounds, to me, sounded like it could be a great inspiration for a new track. So it's very, very inspiring tool, essentially. Now, next up down here, we have the volume control, which is going to be a basic output volume for the whole plugin. And then we have this halftime effect. This is going to slow down the playback of samples by 50%. So let's put it off. So to me, it gives a kind of lo-fi, glitchy kind of effect. And then located to the left here, we have these macro controls. Now, these macros are going to allow key parameters to be changed within the main page. So we can increase the vinyl amount, for example, filter things here. Now, we're going to go through how to map these macros a little bit later on when we look at macros and performance controls once again. And then finally, on the left here, we have a visual representation of the mod wheel. This shows the current parameter assignment of the mod wheel. See, it's at the moment it's on crush, and then when we move the mod wheel, you'll see that moving on the display. So we can see and hear that at work. Now, once again, we're going to go through how to map things to the mod wheel when we look at macros and performance controls. So basically, the way we map these XY pad here, the macros and the mod wheel, is going to be located within the effects set when we come onto that. Okay, so that's the main page. So to recap, we know that we have the XY control that allows us to control multiple parameters on 2 dimensions. So we could have different parameters mapped to the X pad, essentially, or the X axis, and then different parameters located on the Y axis. And then we can move the ball here, and it's going to change those parameters at the same time, potentially. So let's have a little recap of what we learned in this video. We have the ability to change parameters over 2 dimensions using the XY pad here. So we can have multiple parameters assigned to the X axis and the Y axis, and then we can move the ball to change those simultaneously. Then we have the chord display here, which allows us a visual representation of the last chord that was played and the samples located within that chord. Very nice design. And we're going to come on to that a little bit later as well when we look at sample categories. We can randomize chord sets, sample sets, and effect sets using the dice, and we can lock anything we don't want to be randomized, or any of the sets we don't want to be randomized, by using this lock parameter here. Volume is going to give us basic volume. Halftime is going to play back the samples at half their original speed. Macro controls give us easy access to some really important parameters for each one of our sounds. Again, we're going to come back to how to map this. And finally, mod wheel visualization here, so we can see the mod wheel at work. We can drag this directly, or we can move the mod wheel on our MIDI keyboards, and we can see the assignment, which is current there as well. And that is the main page. In the next video, we're going to start looking at our tabs down here, starting off with the chords page and the chord sets. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.